Long ago, before the world fell into chaos, dragons and humans shared the same world.
The dragons ruled the volcanic mountains. Their fire had turned the forests into ash, leaving only black stone and dry wood around their ancient caves. Far from the Dragonlands, humanity lived in peace. Their kingdoms flourished with courage, honor, and hope.
The 6 great kings protected the human realm: King Sonic, King Red, King Aldrich. Together, they guarded and King Cedric.
It was another peaceful day in the human kingdom. Fishermen worked along the river, unaware that history was about to change forever.
Without warning, a mysterious giant fell from the heavens, crashing into the river before the terrified fishermen.
The giant stood up as if nothing had happened and silently walked toward the city.
The kingdom's soldiers prepared for battle, expecting the giant to attack. "Look just like me." The giant spoke only one sentence, then turned away, leaving the humans untouched. The mysterious giant journeyed toward the land of the dragons. The dragons sensed danger, but they had never faced an enemy like this. With terrifying strength, the giant used the mountains themselves as weapons. Even dragonfire could not harm him. The flames left neither wound nor scar. One by one, the dragons fell. Their peaceful village was reduced to ruins and fire. Without another word, the giant walked away, leaving only silence, ashes, and a mystery that would change. After the terrible massacre, the surviving dragons gathered inside their ancient cave. Before them sat their mighty Dragon King, whose body was half.
"This giant must be stopped! He is destroying our villages! It is time for war!"
The Dragon King stood proudly and approved the plan. Every dragon prepared for the greatest battle in their history. The name of smoking his world, and the Malouvs, whose most aligned was the Louth and the Mollum.
A fisherman sailed quietly past him. The giant simply watched and allowed the man to continue safely.
Without warning, a great dragon warship appeared. Warriors rushed forward. The giant rose from the sea and drew his mighty sword as dragons launched their attack. Arrow after arrow pierced the giant, but nothing could bring him down. With terrifying strength, the giant cut down dragon after dragon after dragon.
The survivors could no longer fight. They fled to their king. The Dragon King waited on the shore as the last survivors returned.
The giant walked toward the Dragon King, determined to finish the battle.
"You will die by my hand." "No, today is the end of your life."
The ancient arrow changed everything in a single moment. The dragons celebrated their victory, believing peace had finally returned to their homeland. But suddenly,
the sky changed. The ocean transformed into a sea of blood.
My king, look! The sea has turned to blood!
The Dragon King froze in disbelief. From the mysterious sea, a new giant slowly appeared, unlike anything the dragons had ever seen. Then another giant emerged from the sea. It was even larger than the first, and its presence filled the dragons with fear.
Next came a giant formed completely of living fire. And behind them came even more terrifying creatures.
What is happening? What have we done?
The battle has only just begun.
The blood-red sea began to shake. Giant monsters slowly walked out of the flaming horned giant in human form led them, his two white horns shining like ivory. Behind him came more terrifying giants. A giant green hawk warrior with lion and an enormous axe giant marched out of the flaming blood river. The Dragon King, half purple and half black, raised the sacred spear that had defeated the first giant. He hurled it with all his strength at the horned giant. The spear pierced the horned giant through the neck. The monster crashed into the flaming blood river and died, while the dragons roared in victory. The dragons charged the remaining giants. As they continued walking out of the flaming blood river toward the land, a fierce battle erupted. Across the burning battlefield, the fire giant stepped forward from the flaming river. He opened his mouth and released a powerful stream of fire across the battlefield. Dragons quickly flew through the smoke as the ground shook beneath them. The green hawk giant slashed dragons from the sky, while the giant snake with two powerful arms crushed dragons beneath its enormous body. The giant lion charged into the dragons with unstoppable strength. The axe giant swung his massive weapon, but together the dragons managed to defeat many of the invading giants. Only 4 giants remained alive: the giant of living fire, the green hawk giant, the giant snake with 2 arms, and the giant lion. They stood victorious on the ruined battlefield.
The Dragon King and the surviving dragons into a Girink, and defeating every dragon that remained as survivors fled into the distance. The war has only just begun. The Dragon Warrior's greatest battles are still ahead. Subscribe now, support the channel, and watch every episode so you don't miss the incredible adventure.